Hey everyone, welcome. Hey, today I wanted to kind of do something a little different. I mean, I'm not a plumber, but you know, sometimes I play one on TV. What I got here is our big soaking bath. And the other night, my kids were going to take a bath, and the hot water one wouldn't shut off. You just kept turning it and turning it, and so I had to shut off the main water through this little access panel down below here. So I got that taken care of, and I already pulled the hot water one off. Figured out that the seat itself, the valve, the stem was loosened up, but then also additionally it was completely missing a seal that just disintegrated. So I got that one repaired, and now before what would happen is you'd turn it to tighten, and it would kind of get to a point where it'd stop, but then keep turning. And now, like when you on and off completely. So this one, I'll demonstrate it on the cold water one. It's all the way off, but I can still turn it. So, and you can kind of feel the valve open and close right there, but then it just keeps turning. So we're gonna do the cold water one now, and I figured I might as well videotape it and show you guys what I did. Maybe it'll help somebody out there. And so the trickiest thing on all these, they're all kind of different in how they come apart. So in this one, I gotta pull the cap off. There's a little seal here. I'll just set that aside. And then on top, I'll see if I can get a little bit better angle on this too. So one other thing is that you want to, I still got toys here, but make sure you shut the water off, but then also close your drain, or throw a towel over it just in case you drop something in the tub. Last thing you want to do is have a little screw or something like that, drop in there. So on this, I got just a flat tip. So I'm just going to go ahead and, I haven't done the cold water side, so I'm not sure what to expect here. Pull that off. And this just a little brass kind of cover thing that just comes right off as well. I'll set that aside. And this just slides off. And this has the perforations on their little grid, so that comes off of there. So now I got a little E-clip, C-clip, whatever you call these little guys, and what I found just using the edge of a flat tip screwdriver works pretty good. And right now it's facing this direction, which it pops off, but it's always good to kind of cover up your hand. I'm not going to do it for the video, but just kind of put my finger there. These things will spring loose. So that's that. I'll pull that off. Now this part, I was having a hard time before trying to figure out what to do with it. And it actually just loosens and screws. You can pull off this brass trim ring on this if you want, just kind of clips, but it's attached to this, and I realized after the last one, I don't need to take it off. So just loosen this up and then I'll pull this by hand. And I got the cold water shut off as well, so hot and cold. And basically, I got cold coming up, and then the hot, and then they join together into the main faucet. So if you work on one, you actually got to, it's good to shut off both of them. And if you're going to change the seal on one, or doing a repair, it's a good idea to just do it the other one as well. Nothing too exciting here. Fine thread, so that's going to pull off, and that's all that is. And And luckily it's got the sticker on here, and so I can actually see it. It is an American Standard faucet. I wasn't entirely sure. I know the tub's American Standard, but there's nothing else on any of the fixtures, so it is an American Standard. So now, on this part, we loosened up this little brass piece will come right out. And we got this here. Now, depending on if they've done any work or not, the last one I realized there's a screw in there, and I can see that the screw is missing on this one. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just pull that off for now. And shine the light on here. You can kind of see down in there. I can get it. So that's what we got. And but basically, right on top here, there's a small screw that actually fits down into get the camera moved here a little bit, try to make a better angle. So now I'm on the opposite side here. But so anyways, there's a little screw that goes right on the top there. There's some threads, and that will actually tighten down on this plastic piece to prevent it from moving around. I don't know why it's really needed. This has got a little perforations on it, on the stem. Excuse my terminology, I kind of don't know all the terms when it comes to some of this plumbing stuff. So anyhow, now we get to this point, and there's definitely a brass kind of nut. It's kind of holding this down. It was kind of tricky trying to figure out what to do next. If I should pull out this little clip in there or whatnot. So what I got is a socket here. On this one, I found the best one that fit was actually 17 millimeter. And as I expected, it's really loose. This is the way the last one was. The last one is really loose as well. Pull this out. Almost there. It's got to go up all those threads as well. So at this point, if you didn't have your water off, start to get water coming up. Nothing there, so you can see it's just a standard little brass kind of nut. It's just smooth on here. There's no gasket or nothing. So I'll put that off the side. Now we got our stem in here. And on this, what I did the last time, we'll see if it works this time or not. I just kind of put this all together. Let's see, what did I do? Oh, forgetting my order of things. I'm just kind of loosen this up. Last time it just kind of pulled out. See if I can get it again. I'll have to use a pair of pliers. Almost came out, so I'm just going to use some Dylan nose here. Pull this out. So this one still has got the seal on it, I can see. That's a good comparison. So let me widen out here. So this one's still got the seal on it right here, a little rubber O-ring. Kind of gives me a good idea what it looks like. It's a lot bigger than I thought. Actually, kind of. I don't know. That is right. So I'll show you what I've done. And then there's another O-ring right here. And then all this does is when I can turn that. See how it closes on the middle there? Opens up. So I think the main part where it's leaking and why it's turning is that even though it shows these threads right here, it doesn't actually thread in. So this just pushes in, and then that other nut that comes on top, this one goes on top, and then this tightens this down and basically pushes that seal. But on the old one, on the hot water one, this seal right here was gone. So what I got here is this O-ring. It's a 5/8 by 15/32 by 3/64 little O-ring. I'm going to go ahead and pull this one out. Just to kind of, it's really tight in there. It looks in pretty good shape. So what I'm going to do is dry this off with a towel real quick. And I inspected it and it looks real good. So what I'm going to do is just put everything back together and that nut, tighten that down. Should take care of it. So I got some here. There's this plumber's grease. Get some of this and put some on here. And just enough just around the edge. Yeah, the other one on the hot water is completely disintegrated. There was nothing, nothing left. And I'm going to put some more on these, on this O-ring that's on the top here, and that's the main one I think that keeps it sealed. So I do got some water down in there, and just to kind of keep that clear real quick, I'm just going to vacuum that out with the shotgun. The other thing I'm going to do is on this threaded side, before we put everything in there, just grab some more of this grease and just kind of work it all the way around, all the way on all these threads. Just a little bit to kind of put it in there good. Okay, now we can just reverse assembly. So I'm going to set this down in there with this. So I'm not dropping it. Now I'm going to reverse to kind of get this all pushed back together. And put some force onto it. Turn it. See if we can get it good in there. Tighten up or not. It's interesting because this one feels like it really doesn't want to get in there. Pretty straight right there. Let's see what happens with that nut. I'm not as confident with this one. So the other thing is you can put some more grease on there if you want, but since I got it on the threads now, go ahead and thread this in here. Sorry if the lighting's kind of poor. It's kind of dark today, so not much light coming in from outside through the windows. Normally I'd bring in some auxiliary lighting, but I just kind of want to get this done real quick, and just thought I'd do a quick video with no editing. And so now I'm kind of tight there. And the last one I was able to tighten it down until it basically stopped. So I'm going to do that again. Right there. So now reverse again. This guy would go on. So normally on the other one I put that screw down in there and then I tighten that screw down, but since the screw's missing and I don't feel like going and searching for one, that's all we're doing. I'm going to put this guy on there. And then go Go back to putting this on there. Tighten it up just a bit. Plastic, and now I've got to put that little clip back on there. It's going to be a little tricky to put on. Just kind of have to push them and then try to get the edge. And I do have special tools for those. So, got that guy. Brass. And that. Now when I turn that to tighten that, it's not going anywhere else. I know we got it. There's some problems there. Definitely well, I guess they both have play. And then the last thing is just that little cap. There. Now I'll reposition and we'll fire this up. Okay, so I got reposition here. Get those bullshit off. I'm gonna turn the water on. Hot and cold are on. The other thing it would do is it would constantly leak from the faucet. So I'll do the hot. Drain. So now I'll just double check, make sure I don't have any leaks anywhere, but that definitely took care of it, and I'm really happy about that. So hey, thanks you guys for watching. Hopefully this will help somebody out, and you know, now I got an extra O-ring for this, and I'm just going to keep this down in the little access spot here so I know where it's at. And yeah, that's all there is. Thanks for watching. If you guys have any questions, let me know.